All right. Was everyone able to install Atom? Awesome. Anybody not do it yet? We're all good? That's great. All right. So here's what we're going to do. First thing, let's just open up a terminal. To do what? Command N will work. All right. Terminal, yes. And the one thing we're going to do here is we're going to go into the desktop folder. CD desktop. Okay, and if you type the command ls and hit return, you should see the stuff that's on your desktop. Whatever's on your desktop. There might be a lot of stuff.
If it doesn't work, why is that?
Not sure. Oh, internal. Internal.
What?
And in the terminal. So right, there's a terminal program. In your.
Do command space.
You do
Press
command.
command space.
Yeah, do command space.
And then type in terminal.
Yeah, there you go.
And then.
Yes. Right. We're going to use an argument sign.
Should I make it a copy of it?
No, you don't need this. What's going on with you? Here it is. Oh.
You can hit tab and then well, where is your did you make it?
Yeah, that's weird.
Okay, alright. Then go to
Oh,
your
that's good now. So you can do CD space desktop.
and then say command N.
Do an ls now.
Okay, and then you put command S.
Save stuff.
And then
Save stuff from
PCHA.
That's okay. I think it's going to work for us now because you have Atom now. I think we'll be good.
If you don't like
But no, you're already on your desktop.
this, you can like make it
Yeah, you're there. Yep.
Now.
All right.
Say LS.
Thank you, Katie. Anybody else need some troubleshooting? Actually, while we're here, let's do a couple things just in the Python command line first. So just to remember, there are two different ways to use Python. One is interactive mode, and the other is running a script, which is running a program. So to get to interactive mode, we just type Python, and you'll know that you're in Python because you'll see the 3 greater than symbols there. Yeah, Melody.
Why does it say warning Python is not recommended?
There are different versions of Python. This is the version that comes by default with the Mac still, the 2.7 versions. But Python also has a 3-point stuff series, which is the new versions of Python, which is the one that's maintained now. So I'm pretty sure they stopped maintenance of the 2-point series for Python. Here, I just wanted to show you a couple things in the math library. So to get the math functions, we do from math import star. And when we do that, we can do things like pi. We can get the value of pi. Or we can do cosine of pi. Or you can do inverse cosine. That's a cosine. So arc tangent, arc cosine, arc sine. So with in code, it's a. So you can see that the arc cosine there, the inverse cosine of -1 is pi. Okay, so this is pretty useful. I use Python as a calculator all the time just for this, just because it has this command line and it's really easy to bring up this way. Okay, let's just remember a couple things with turtle graphics. So we're going to have this command from turtle import star. If we do reset open close parentheses, that's going to open up our graphics window. And then you can do something like forward 100. All right, so that's how you control your turtle. Yes?
Do you have to do the map that aspect thing every single time you open it? Or is it like when you do the turtle?
It's for each Python session. So, and we'll be putting that at the top of our program also.
Wait, so when you do left, that's like the angle?
That's the angle in degrees, yeah. Yeah, so it's like we have this turtle that has a pen, and it's moving around. Oh, you can lift the pen up and put it down. So you can do pen up. Oh, here's something else you can do. You can go to a different location. So that's the origin that we started. You can put the pen down again. All right, so you're controlling this turtle as it moves around. You tell it to go forward, go to someplace. You can put the pen up and pen down. So there's a coordinate system. You can see that the origin is in the center there. And you can see roughly how big it is. You know, maybe positive 300 on each side, something like that. Yeah.
What does the pen up and pen down do?
So you want to imagine the turtle is carrying a pen that is dragging on the ground. And pen up makes it lift the pen up, so that way when it goes someplace it doesn't draw. If the pen is down when the turtle is moving, then it draws.
Got it, that's why when it went to 0, 0, it didn't draw a line.
Exactly. Yeah, so if I were to do, for example, from where I am now, if I were to go to, let's say, 200 comma minus 200, then it's just going to go down there, and it's going to drag the pen with it. All right. Yeah, Melody.
Can you change the orientation of the turtle to like face a different direction? Or always face the
Yes, I believe so. I don't remember the command. We'll see that in a second. Here's a couple other things you can do. We can change the color of it. You can change the width of the thing too. And you don't have to remember all these. I'm going to point you to a page with the documentation that has a list of all these commands that you'll be able to use. Yes?
Can you do RGB color?
Can you do what?
RGB color?
Yes, you can.
Can you erase?
I don't know. You can draw in white probably. You can clear the screen. Okay. Here, let's make some fun stuff. So let's close this window. We're going to close the graphics window. To exit from Python, we're going to do exit open close parentheses. That'll bring us back to our terminal. We're just going to leave our terminal there. And we're going to open up Atom. And if you're not in a place where you can see a document on Atom, you can go to File, New File, or you can do Command N. We're going to save this file on the desktop. So you can go to File, Save As, or you can do Shift Command S. So what we want to do though is make sure that we're going to save it here as let's call this drawing.py. We call the other one hello, right? Make sure it's on your desktop. Yes, Hazel.
Sorry, I can't seem to pull up the Atom like text screen. It's just
Oh yeah, just go to file name or Canvas. So these are all tabs. You can actually close all of those. So go to close. There we go. And now you can go to Command N. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So these are all tabs up here, so you can close these. And then go back to it, and you Command N to create a new one. Yeah. Good. And then you want to save as. Anybody else? Yeah.
my desktop is just not popping up like on his person.
Oh, click that down thing. There we go. And then, oh. You can get there, right? There you go to users. There you go. Desktop. Oh, we're not seeing desktop. What's
Is it a
going on here?
folder or what?
Why is it not showing anything?
This is desktop iPad.
No, it's not a random folder that I made. Clicked on it. Where did you do it? No, I didn't. I go to colors. And I can transparent. So I just put. It's really for like your which one?
That is current. I don't know what's going on. Okay. So anyway, you're saying, so when you're actually you still need to save this.
I do your phone.
Like the
Your phone. We thought it was one.
all of drawing.
That is my phone, so you forgot. It turned out it's actually my phone. It's been downloaded since the second day I got it.
Okay.
Okay,
Good.
so when you're I got it.
No, it should be fine. It should take spray after you on the computer. Instead of just desktop.
They actually indented my computer after 2 days after.
All right.
Yeah, it was very
Anybody else
nice.
having issues? All good? All right. Let's get our first drawing up here. First two things we're going to put up here, we're going to want our math and our turtle. And for each one of these drawings, we're going to start with reset and end with done.
Does it matter how many spaces you have?
No, you can have as many as you like. And in fact, you can leave yourself comments here. So if you put anything after the hashtag here, that means that the Python interpreter just ignores it. So you can use that to help you organize your code. Oh yeah, sure. Oh, that's better, yeah. Okay. Let's just get something up there. So let's just let me remind you how to do a loop with the square, and let's just get that up here. So this is for I in range 4. We're going to go forward and turn left. So let's just see if this is working. So make sure you save it. And then when you go over to your desktop, you're going to type Python and then the name of the drawing.
Can you go to the desktop?
In your terminal, yes. Yeah, if you saved it on your desktop, you want to. Let me show you. Yeah, what I did was Python drawing.py.
So it has to be directly in desktop. It can't be on like a Word subfolder.
It can be. You just need to move to that folder when you go to in your terminal. So it can be anywhere you want. Where do you put it?
Did you just do Python drawing dot?
Yeah. Yeah, from it.
You have version of it?
To this little thing and then Python.
Well, it's in documents and chocolate.
Is that not on desktop?
No, that's in your documents. But that's okay.
They're different?
Yeah. Yes. So let's go to your terminal again. No, you're fine. You can stay there. No, you don't need to. So I was gonna say you can go to that folder. You just need to change it. Yeah, you can put it wherever you want. So for you, you just type. You can't do that. So you're on your desktop right now. So just type CD with nothing else. So that takes you to your home directory. So you can go to your desktop or your documents right now. And so type LS. You can see what's in there. So it's in PCHA, right? Okay, so type CD space, type capital C or whatever it's so just type that, then it's after the PCHA tab. After the PCHA tab. Oh, okay. So do capital P and capital. Yeah. Alright. Go ahead and do that. Okay, so you're on the desktop now, so now just type CD to get back to your
It's still
Okay, so that was it. So you're running and type Python drawing right now.
Oh yeah, it's stuck in my head for days.
I had orange across from the
Oh, you have some weird one. Yeah, you have the same desktop on your Python. Yeah,
I'm a coder. I really did mine. You're not a coder.
okay, you can hit the upper focus.
Okay, I cannot see that.
You can pull one after that. You're getting that.
Go after what?
After the Orion range 4.
Oh, you're asking me what's in the corner.
Yeah.
Okay. Or what you type in.
I mean, you say
What is
Yeah, you type Python space drawing. Should just be
Oh, I forgot to say that.
Oh, that was the problem.
Yeah.
Okay, but you're not going through it, okay, right?
Okay, yeah.
You have to see that.
Oh, you can't even. Okay, I see. Yeah. Okay, well, good. It's on the phone again. All right, did everyone get that square? Who didn't get the square, so. Okay. No problem. Yes.
That's weird.
What's going on? Can't open file. Oh, you haven't gone to your desktop. All right. Got it?
Oh, well, I told you. Wait, it was desktop. Me? It was just
Yeah. Okay, so you have a problem?
It's okay, we can swing.
You want to what?
Yeah.
That's in here.
That's your answer?
Can you understand?
Wait, so for the iron range,
Alright, you're fine. You have the square, right? Did you have this in Adam?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay. So what is this?
Oh,
Get out of Python here so you can get it onto the
Generally very deep pockets,
Okay,
not in the
okay,
way, but in like, I tried to
let's
get
open
pin.
up your.
So how do you exit the wall?
Oh,
You
yeah.
exit
And
first.
it was like, are you guys gonna walk?
What does it do then?
It's like, I didn't see so, like, she thought it was
But like, what you do, it's jinx.
It's just your knowledge.
Okay, so I'm going into our desktop, and then I'm seeing what's there.
Okay, so now
Like
you
if
can.
there's fireworks and say, ooh, there's fireworks. So you didn't have to
You know, it's your turn.
you know?
And it drew a line.
So like when you drive past the house.
Yes.
Oh, wait, I saw the index.
Oh, that's all right.
Anyway, so I need help. I tried.
Oh, exit over
Keep going,
here.
keep going.
So now you're back on in your terminal.
No, I could. Yeah, I could do half and
So
then.
you need to go to your desktop.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, I already did my work.
I had it indented on.
I did my teacher like before she couldn't you
My bird pulled that out.
Yeah, I did my she'll just like crack at it until it comes out.
It's so
You're rolling after the piranha.
That's so scary. That's like the worst nightmare. There we go.
Yeah, you make sure you save it.
Okay.
Almost from table import stuff. And hit up arrow twice, or just once. Hit, yeah. It'll take you to your last command. Alright. Alright. You're all good with the square?
Yeah.
Everyone's got a square?
But I just realized that Transylvania isn't a country.
You all ready for more? Okay.
My character is effectively useless.
Everyone watching?
Yes.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. Let's do a circle. We're going to do this parametrically. Right, so remember how we parameterize a circle? It's with cosine t, sine t, cosine theta, sine t, sine theta, something like that. We're going to use t for theta. I'm going to show you a different kind of loop.
Are you for t equals 0 or t equals 0?
That's t equals 0.
It's just 0.
That's 0. That's 0.
Where's the rest?
Okay. So this is what's called a while loop. We're going to do this whatever's in here while as long as t is less than 2 pi. Let's say x is 100 times cosine t, y is 100 times sine t. So these are just like your parametric equations. They are your parametric equations. We're going to go to that x, y. And then we're going to add a little bit to t.
Is that t plus equals?
Yeah, what does that mean? We're going to add a little bit to t. We're adding 0.01 to t. So we start off at t equals 0. Each time through the loop, we're going to calculate our x and our y. We go to that point. We change t by a little bit, and we do it again. Yeah, same thing. So a couple things over here on the Mac. So doing Command Tab is going to show you your different applications that are open. So for the ones that we're interested in are the Atom and your terminal. If you just hit Command Tab, it'll go back and forth between those two. In your terminal, to save you some typing, you can do the up arrow, which will give you your command history. So you can do your previous command by doing up arrow. Once your graphics window is up, it's going to freeze your terminal, so you got to close the graphics window. Yeah, wizard, yeah.
it chainmail?
Now I don't control it. Yeah.
Oh, oh, oh.
Oh, yes.
What's that?
Woo.
Yeah. Close it and then do it. Sid, did we just look at it?
I don't know what this is. Yeah.
What shape am I making right now?
It's a little interesting. It's not like the one that is on the screen.
You probably have like a forward or a, like, because you have the forward 100 in there, it's doing like that,
Save it?
and then it's going, if you took out the forward 100, it would do that.
You undo it.
You didn't save your code.
And then it like drawing past. Is the pointer one the angle?
What's that?
Everybody would
Is
swap
pointer
through.
one like the angle that it's moving, or did you just
That's,
change
well, it is like it, yeah, but T's in radians.
Oh.
So it's 0.01 radians.
Wait, let me see what.
So yeah, so what happens, you'll notice if you, instead of 0.01, like if we do 0.1,
I go to drop. You just messed up. You see it? Go to
it's a little choppier. If you do 0.1, it's supposed to be faster, but choppier.
like okay. It's not a real circle, it's like a bunch of little
It's a big polygon.
Oh, you're gonna have to help.
So the name of the function is cosine, and then you're putting t inside.
I like different colors in this pattern. I'm doing this. I found this like replica.
Yeah.
And I tried it and I did math.
Yeah.
But it
We had this little coding class that we had to go to, which
That's not going to work on that.
copy it and
That's kind of annoying. This one has turtle but not math allowed.
How do I? Yeah, we had to just copy what
the
you
same
were
way.
writing
So
on the
you
board.
gotta
Yeah, I
find
did. I did.
It wasn't like we were actually.
I tried to
Can you- Can you run it, does it automatically record it?
We
It's
did.
not running
We did the
automatically.
cat. This is how I learned. I did.
Oh.
Okay, that
Yeah.
definitely's not gonna work then.
Were you?
That is so crazy.
I did not know you were unaware of this fact, but.
No, it just sprouts out of the air.
No, I know.
And carried it around with me everywhere, yes.
That cat.
Oh my god, yeah.
This is where it's going. How did you do it? I'm pretty sure I still have
You can sign it, please show me what you were
No,
making.
I actually hand signed it. I just don't remember my password. Do I have this on here? Like, I know it's in my book. What do you press? I remember I had it.
I pressed enter now. So we gotta close this, so you gotta close this.
No, I had so many.
You gotta close the graphics
Oh,
window.
this one is the better.
To do it again, you go up there. To get to document finish.
Yeah.
When I do my drawing, it does like I'm still on the first one. It doesn't. It makes a weird shape. I don't know what it did wrong.
Or you have a loop inside a loop. You're indented.
Oh.
You've indented everything, so it thinks it's part of that for loop. It's doing it four times.
Maybe.
Yeah. All right. Something more interesting than a circle?
Yeah.
Okay. Here, let me put on here. This is a circle. Okay. let's do a rose curve. We're going to start off with the t equals 0 again. So our rose curve was something like this. You can see it looks pretty close to the equation we'd write in math. We just need to make sure that the multiplication has the star. Right? So it doesn't know, if you write 3t, it's not going to know what that is. Okay, so that's our function. That gives us our r as a function of t, which is our theta. We want to be able to use the goto function, which is x and y. So we need to convert to our polar coordinates, to our rectangular coordinates. So first we calculate r and theta, then we can calculate x and y. We can go to that x and y. And we add a little more to t. And maybe before this I will change the color a little bit. Yes, Melody. I don't think so, but I'm not sure. We'll take a look. So if you need documentation, and I put a link on this on the website also, but you can also just search for Python turtle. The first page is always going to be the right one. So in here it has a list of all the functions you can use. Is there a question over there? Good?
Why is it killing? Oh my god. Like, I read for a split second and then it died.
The thing's wrong. Yeah.
So whenever you're, if you're on a line over here, get to the previous one.
Is it drawing Python? Python drawing.
You have to close your number.
Okay, I did it. I just but wait, it like kills it. It just dies.
Mine has an invalid. Mr. President?
Yeah.
Mine says invalid too.
I just don't remember if it was like underscore or what was it?
You are in your Python window here. So go in here.
This
Step right to
actually.
it. Go in the window.
Oh, that is not how you spell it.
Now you're in the
Oh, got it. Okay.
So you're in the interactive mode for Python.
No, that is not right. I got you.
Oh.
Good?
You're gonna get locked down. Mine's so slow. It's actually lame. Why is mine so thin?
Oh, I made mine. You made the width because you choose. Well, I made mine. You can change the color. How long I have.
That is so
I
hard.
didn't know you could do my colors, but choosing green and purple. That's really good.
I don't know what other apps did too. What should I call it? Maroon? Burgundy?
Yes.
Well, look, that's in. I wonder if we have fuchsia.
Let me see. Yeah, like to what extent do they recognize the colors? You know what I'm saying?
Let's go! Okay, I am so good. My memory is amazing. I have so much good stuff on here, okay? I had a taco recipe. Taco. Dude, that was I had so much good stuff on here. I mean, some of these are actually other people's projects. Let's remember when I told you. What just happened? Oh, this is my first project ever, which I didn't.
All right. What else can we do? Here, let's add to this. Actually, here, let me do a couple things here. This will make it look a little nicer. Right after the reset, what I'm going to do here, there's a command called BG color, background color. But I'll turn my foreground color to white to begin with. Okay, here, let's do another curve though. Let's do one of those limasones. That was two things. Doesn't really matter. I'm just showing you how to change colors. You'll see in a second.
Does it have most colors? Like,
Yes, and you can also do RGB
okay.
values.
Did you write like turquoise and everything?
I don't know. That's a good question. Okay, so what are we doing here? Let's go. Okay, so let's set our t to 0 again. Again, we're going to do the same kind of loop. What should we do here? Let's do. I think let's do. I think times sine. I think that'll work. The rest is the same. Right, so there's where we have our polar equation. All the rest is exactly the same. We're converting to get our x and y. We're going to that same that new xy. Sorry, let me bring that up here. Okay, so everything else is exactly the same. Okay, so a couple of things to notice. You'll notice on the rose curve. Oh, that was too big. We should here. Let's make that a little smaller. Let's make that a 300. Maybe a 100 minus 300. And notice on the rose curve it traces it twice. So we actually don't have to go all the way up to 2 pi. We can only go. We only need to go to pi to draw that. That's kind of fun, right? I don't think it can actually draw any faster. Oh, but you can make it go faster. So you can change the step here, right? So if we make this, we can make it go faster. Oh, there's a speed function too?
That's when I was
Oh yeah, if stuff isn't drawing because you turn the background black, it's because the foreground you want to make it something other than black.
How do you write that? Foreground?
Just color.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's color and there's BG color. So BG color is for background. Otherwise, color will be just the, yeah.
Will they recognize pink? Wait, so hard.
Oh my god, that color is so pretty.
There's a speed function.
What was the speed function?
It's just speed practices. And then you just change it like that.
Damn, it's just purple. No, it's not.
Oh, you recognize pink.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, it goes.
I made mine purple and yellow to be like this room, and I wanted to be yellow background.
I don't have the little
Yep. Yes, sorry. All right.
Like my heart's closed.
I have a question for you. Here, that's maybe let's just see this in code. I'm just going to make a copy of this. All right, so here's a question for you. Everyone watching this? Okay, so I'm putting up a curve here that is, all the code here is identical to the ones that we just did. Only two differences. Here's one of the differences, is that the function is r equals theta. What is that curve going to look like, r equals theta? Think about if you've made a table. When theta equals 0, r equals 0. When theta equals pi over 2, r equals pi over 2. When theta equals pi, r equals pi. So theta is going around. What is it? It would be a circle if r were not changing. What's happening to r? It's getting bigger and bigger. It's a spiral. Oh, that's kind of a tight spiral. Here, let's maybe
I would make the width smaller.
and make the width smaller. Yes. There we go. Okay, so that was 10. R is 10 theta for that one. This function here is speed, and then I gave it speed 10. Oh, really? Are you using 0.01 or 0.1 here? Okay, that'll make it slower, right? Because the step is going to be slower for that. So I started using 0.1 for some of these. Okay, so this is going to be your coding assignment. So you're going to have a couple weeks for this. It's just kind of a little project to use what we learned here today to make a drawing like this. As you can see, you can just kind of layer stuff on here with different curves. So there's an exercise in practicing your parametric curves. Your drawing needs to have, I think I said 4 curves on it. I posted all this on the website. Yes. Yes, this is recorded, and I'm going to post all the code here that we did today. I'm going to post that also. Either there was an error or you put it down in the wrong place. What's your name? Oh, you're indented. All that stuff is indented. Too much. And then you want to reset t to 0 before you get to that while.
Okay. I literally typed.
Okay, so yes, 4 different parametric equations. You can work with friends on this. So if you want to help each other out, I definitely encourage that. I encourage you to come to me for any help with anything, whatever you need. Right. So you have plenty of time to do this for a couple weeks. But this is going to be kind of half the assessment for this unit.
Can we like print one together, or should we do?
So the criteria up here, you need to have at least I think two of the curves should be different from your classmates, whoever you're working with. But also just mark on the code. Give me a comment that tells me what you worked on. Any questions about it? Yeah.
So when you say curves, it has to be like.
Anything.
It can't be like a square.
It could be a square. Yeah, you can do polygons. Yeah, polygon is fine. So the challenge might be to do a parabola. We did projectiles, right? But you can be creative with it. You can do really whatever you want.
Does it have to be like a good drawing? Can't be any.
No. I'm not grading on aesthetics. I'm not grading harshly on this either. This is for you to explore.
So would this be one that we can
That looks like probably 4 if not 4.
Oh, so square counts as a square.
Yeah.
Can you show us this?
Yes. So here.
Oh.
Oh, but I also did I made it go up to 12 pi. So it can go around multiple times. That is a mistake. I don't know what that is. Yes, okay, so that's why we're working on the desktop here. So that file is that is your code. So you can either copy and paste that into an email, like if you wanted to save an extra backup copy. But when you submit, I'm going to want to see the code plus the screenshot of your drawing. Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
That's what I
Make
did.
sure, yeah, so sometimes it'll give you an
Try that.
I'll tell you where it's right away.
So we just like X, alright, we click X, and then we save.
Yeah, so that file's on your desktop. So it's fine. You close everything up.
Did it work better?
Let's see if it
Should.
Any other questions?
Yes.
Yes.
Why is it still up? So I have to change the way. Wait, stop. You did that.
Is what?
Yeah. Because I was like, just stuff.
Oh,
I was so
where is it?
It was mine.
No, I literally didn't.
I should be the one.
You know how hard I worked on it? Gross.
Whatever.
That's the way to go. I have to do like rabbit seal because I was like, my computer wouldn't work.
Command that, but that maybe it's the color.
Christina, can you tell Sonia I'm gonna be late? So I just
Wait, you need to do your
Every
do it for real now?
tomorrow's working guys.
Okay, then we get it.
Anything else is it?
Oh, it doesn't post up after that.
I felt wait, does it automatically?
No, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I
You're not making it any better.
Very strange.
She couldn't have not been in her locker at all on Friday.
You're welcome.
So many binders in there. I literally looked at your stuff.
Oh. You're not going to anywhere. That's why. So you're doing all the calculations, but you weren't actually moving the turtle.
Got it.
When I say describe what your curve is doing, do we just say what the curve is, or just like?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Unless you do something fancy, then
So
you
like
want
if
to
we
let me know.
draw
took away
a
my
rose,
glasses,
you
I
could just
had
say
to
rose.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you have different roses, they tell you what color it is, so I know which part is.
Is the shared code just if we work with people?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank
She
you.
does not want me looking like a 7-year-old boy.
Do you get
I
that word?
remember seeing a lot because my friends on the
Yeah.
sports team who were around, they were like, it's
Got the
Simon,
red
it's
ribbon?
not. Wear a hat. And I'm like, no, I don't want to. I don't want that anymore.
Okay, good.
These are really useful for this one because it's really the back of your neck that you should be worried about. Oh wait, but you
my
have hair.
is long, so it's
Yeah.
like, it's more the front of my face. I used to have bangs. I was like, just get bangs so you don't have to.
I'm also one of the criteria.
How does that read in the coding?
Yeah.
First of all, bad life decisions.
I guess-
Second of all, how is that a cookie?
I guess if they stick really far out.
Yeah, no, I have a bang face. That's not an error. I will
Okay,
not
Melody,
do that.
should I meet you at like 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I wanna-
I have to ask him.
Oh, are you guys going to NAFCO?
No.
I'm going to the lunch.
Thank you, Dr.
You're welcome.